Here comes your pre-market summary for Friday, June 23rd. Futures back in negative territory here, looking to extend the slide we've seen over the past couple of days. Bit of a pause yesterday. We end the day pretty strong, in fact. It was tech and the NASDAQ, if you remember, that led things back to the upside to end the session basically in positive territory across the board. For U.S. stocks, here's how things are shaping up right now. 0.5%, better part of 0.5% there for the S&P, 0.3 for the Dow. About 0.6 already for the NASDAQ. Tech back downside once again today. Futures here in Toronto pointing to a negative open. Crude, extending this slide over the past couple of days that we've seen. It was 4+% when all was said and done yesterday. So some of the energy names back under pressure. Pretty flat bottom of the board there. For crypto, Fed's Powell making some hawkish comments once again over the past couple of days. Testimony in Washington wrapped up obviously for the week. He'll be back at it again next week, though, presenting the same monetary policy and outlook to Congress next week after being in the Senate this week. So we'll keep that in mind going into next week. That's how the overall market's shaping up, though, as mentioned, back to the upside at the end of the day yesterday after 3 straight days of a pullback. We'll see how we shape up here today. We're trying to hold some significant levels for both the S&P and the NASDAQ at this point. Let's talk about Apple. A little bit of positivity, possibly. They're making some comments this morning about India and relaunching not only Apple Pay, but their credit card in India once again. So talking to a few banks in that country for possible support. This daily chart says it all for Apple. You can't even tell where it started, just straight from bottom left to top right, as you want to see for strength. Let's go on. Amazon here to the upside once again. Loop Capital this time coming through with a price target increase. Nice positive note for them this morning. Huge day yesterday for Amazon on the daily chart. Another one that just looks absolutely so strong still. To the upside, Fisker trying to get to the upside here. Not a lot of volume behind this move so far this morning, but staggering 22 of their Fisker Oceans have successfully been delivered in the U.S. That's the key. The U.S. Obviously, the first deliveries over in Europe happened a month or so ago. So for the first time, they're starting to deliver this thing in the U.S., which is good to see for Fisker. Oil downside, as I mentioned, 3 days in a row here for oil overall. Some of the energy names under pressure once again. It's been a bit of a slide the past couple of weeks for all of these. That's XOM. We'll talk about oil stocks in general, though, across the board this morning. Another negative rating here for SOFI. Already 1, 2, 3, we'll call it 4 or 5 days downside here for SOFI. Compass Point initiating with a sell rating this morning on SOFI. CarMax, short percent on this, still in the 20s. KMX out with earnings. They're higher this morning. We'll talk about that. Ford coming up as well. Back to the downside. The Wall Street Journal, there's the CarMax note. The Wall Street Journal reporting that Ford is preparing yet another round of layoffs to come. So potentially a bit of a pullback today for F. Grab the watch list, guys. Use that QR code, bottom right corner of the screen. We'll get you there. Watchlist.TraderTV.Live as well. We'll see you at 8:30 on TraderTV.Live.